talk about market palaver. Yeah, I did say before we went on that news break that we're going to talk about people who are trading on the train tracks. I have stories, though. I have stories. We also saw Governor Sanwo-Olu telling these people that they cannot sell by the roadside, on those train tracks, etc., etc. We also have seen the Lagos State government over time continuously grab, there's some enforcement that continuously grab people who sell by the roadsides, you know, whatever it is you're selling, whether you're roasting corn, bole, whatever it is. We've seen that enforcement program continue. People, they just keep grabbing these people and their wares off the road. So I want to talk about that across the board, whether you're selling by the roadside, on the train tracks, by the side of the markets where you're almost, you know, struggling the road with the cars. First thing that comes to my mind is, aren't you afraid that you might get hit? But then the other question is, if you could afford to get a shop in the market, would you be on the streets? Now, for those of you who probably used to have shops in the market, and now you cannot, or you now probably now sell on the roadside, what's your story? As much as we'd also like to rid our roads of unnecessary hawking and trading by the roadsides, and you know, where do the people go? Because people have to survive, whether we like it or not. I know people who have had to hawk water leaf, this and that, just to make ends meet. Some of them have like tiny farms at the back of their houses, and so they take these things, they harvest them, you know, properly package them and take them to the market. And sometimes the only option they have is to sit by the roadside and trade. For some others who are trading in the market, hawking, carrying it on their head. I don't know if that happens here within the market in Lagos. But in the Wat market where I grew up in Calabar, you had people who would hawk their wares on their head in the market. And they had to deal with the council boys because they would pay ticket and pay ticket and pay ticket. Is that what's obtainable in the market here in Lagos? I'm really curious to know about it. So if you're listening to us in the market, you have your small radio, you're listening to us, oh yeah, tap your neighbor. Let them also tune to Nigerian Info. We have to talk about this market situation. The ticketing is number one. How many tickets do you have to pay for in a day? And for those who hawk, when your wares are very little, so it's not like the people who own shops and stalls that can keep refilling their shops with more and more goods. You just bring that small water leaf or ugu, want to sell it and get home. Or that small pium periwinkle. I like periwinkles. I'm allergic to seafood. Not necessarily seafood, to shellfish, but I like pium. For those who have to hawk train sticks, I don't know if people still chew train sticks. I'm just, as a child, I'm just picturing the things I saw people hawk in the market. You see people hawk avocado and the other pear. How many tickets do you have to pay in a day? Sometimes I used to see these guys just run and hide because they're tired of paying tickets. And then at the end of the day, they don't realize any money. You know, they don't make any profit. Share your experiences with us. And for those of us who go to the market and have seen some of these experiences, do they break your heart? But then let's talk about the seriousness of it. The governor is saying you can't be selling on train tracks. I'll tell you a story. I was in my second year in the university, if I'm not mistaken, and I came to Lagos to visit. And I've always been obsessed with my looks. So I'm the girl. If you know me, you know I love long lashes and long nails. It's my thing. And I don't care what you think about it. So, so my uncle's girlfriend at the time said, "Oh, do you want to fix your lashes?" And I was like, "Yes." And so she says, "Oh yeah, let's go to this." So I was in Surulere at the time. I can't remember what I came to Lagos to do at the time. And so she takes me to Yaba, if I'm not mistaken. Is it Yaba Market that has the train running in the middle of the market? Like literally, I did not know that we were sitting in the middle of a train track. I did, because it was like a market. I didn't even see the ground. You know, you saw umbrellas and women braiding hair, fixing nails, doing lashes. And it was my first time going to a market to fix my lashes. So I was like, oh, this must be a really, great Lagos experience. Oh, wow. I was excited. And I kid you not, halfway into the fixing of one lash, the lash on the left hand side, hey, I just heard, oh, today, oh, today, oh, today, oh, today. Everybody starts running with their benches and a train was coming. Look, you see the way that I ran there. That's when I knew that I like this life. I like to chop life. Hey, I was so scared, but I couldn't understand why people would risk their life to sit on a train track and do business. The trains could show up at any time, but how they knew to run away before we said Jack to get to the Robinson part, the whole train track was clear. But that's also scary. I'll never forget that experience. You know, when I got out of that place, I told my uncle's girlfriend that I've never come into this market with you again. Don't ever. Because for me, I think that people were putting their lives at risk. But then, on crazing the lady who was fixing my lashes, she said, we don't get another place today now. No, if you pay for shop. That's why I'm having this conversation with you guys. Is it that the shops are very expensive, or is it that it would be cheaper to just, sit on the train tracks? But what about your safety? Because I hear that these people even dared Mr. Governor to say, for words, I don't know what that means, by the way. So, what is the case? Is it that you prefer to hawk around or sell by the streets corners on the train tracks, or is it a problem of money, being unable to pay for the shops, or is it the taxes? I really want to know, Lagos. Fill me in. I've not been to, the only market I've really been to in Lagos is the Jakande market and the Lagos Island market. And I must tell you, the Lagos Island market drains me. But I've not really been to like a proper like Yaba market or anything apart from the first time I went to do the lash thing. So explain to me what the issue or the situation is. And I went on all of this rambling because I wanted to paint a picture of what the basis of this conversation is. So for those of you who hawk by the street, those of you who sell by the streets, those of you who sell on the train tracks, why do you do this? 0700 993 993 993 0700 993 993 993. If you're a lady, call 01 465 7190. I think we're also live on YouTube and Facebook. Hello. Welcome to Hard Facts. Apologies. Do call us back if you can. 0700 993 993 993 01 465 7190. I want to hear your market experience because it's very, 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 very interesting that we have this conversation. I want to know. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Hello, Marian.
Yes.
Afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, my name is Isaac.
Hi, Isaac.
Yeah, regards to your question, why those people sell in traffic and sell by the railway and all that, I believe that your first program about the landlord and agent and all that is that program before I've given you answer. Because the shops are very high. Now tell me someone that's hawking 1 carton of pure water, 1 carton of bottled water mixed with some energy drink and all that.
Yeah.
They have money to go and rent a shop, whereby the shops are highly expensive. Not even to talk about.
When you say highly expensive, how expensive would it be? Would it be as expensive as getting a shop in Lekki? Because I really want to know. Hello? Isaac. Oh, sorry, Isaac. Do call me back. Hello? Hello? Oh, what's happening to the phone lines? Hello, good evening. Welcome to Hard Facts. Hello? Oh, dear. I'm so sorry if I'm so sorry if you're trying to call and maybe you can hear me and I can't hear you. I'm so sorry about that. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Yeah, how are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you.
Jonathan is my name.
Jonathan, go ahead.
Miriam,
I can hear you. Go ahead.
apart from the fact that these shops are expensive,
Mm-hmm.
do you know that for every kind of sales pattern, like what is this pattern, there is market for every kind of. If you try to sell on the road, there is market, there is buyers. If you try to
Of
sell on the
course.
road, there is buyer. Even as I'm talking to you around myself, the pedestrian, they are selling on the pedestrian. So apart from the expensiveness,
Wait.
of the shop,
Sorry. Come back. Did you say people are selling on the pedestrian
yes,
walkway?
the pedestrian, they are the crossover bridge.
What?
So there are people that are ready to buy. There are people that are ready to buy in every pattern. It's not a good thing anyway, but unfortunately, people are taking time to study a lot of things, and they decide to come out with these patterns. It's just that it's not too good for the society. I'm telling you. And so there are markets for every kind of everywhere. Enjoy your day.
All right. Thank you very much for calling. You said, so this is what I'm saying, and I'm not in any way trying to make the people who are hawking or people who sell on the road feel bad, but especially for those who are selling on the pedestrian walkway, you know that is wrong. It's a walkway. It's not your shop. There are people who also sell by road corners. Maybe the owners of the places, allow them to. But I want to know, how much does an average shop in the market, whether it's Yaba, whether it's Mile 12, whether it's Jakande. Jakande doesn't really have stalls like that, just a few. But how much is the average shop? And is it really expensive? Is that why most people would rather sell by the roadside? Hello?
Yeah, actually, good evening.
Good evening. Don't tell me, Seth, you know market.
Let me mention Oyibo.
Okay.
And Tedrosho, where rebuild market, right?
Mm-hmm.
It goes as far as of last 2-3 years, about 6 to 10 million, right?
Mm-hmm.
So those women who sell Ogo, vegetable, crayfish, is it the one that will go and rent that shop? You go to Oyibo, see them by the road. It's too expensive for them. And for those one like the rail track you talk, I know of that Yaba on those ladies that fix nail. I used to
Yes, they almost killed me for my mother.
The horn is so loud. If the thing be like Jibo, they blast the horn, then all of them will start making. But I blame those people who collect ticket from them, because if they don't collect ticket, they make sure nobody sells the rail track. It won't work. So for those rebuild shops, it's so expensive, my sister. Go to Surah here. They are rebuilding one this thing there. Mandilas. Those women there, go and see what they are going through. The price is too much, my sister. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for calling. So what does the average market person do? I mean, because I'm imagining, like I said, I've not really been into some of the markets. I really know what the stalls look like in Balogun Market. But are people allowed to share? For example, just like Mr. Chris said, the person who's selling ugu, selling fish, okporoko, maybe a butcher can afford a stall because he doesn't need a shop. He just needs a stall, because the butchers do have like a long line and a store. They just have stalls where they just come butcher and then clean up and go away. They don't need to have like a proper lock-up store. But then in the case of the shops, can people share? Because I really want to understand. Again, let's not forget the fact that a lot of people are dealing with, the badness. That's not good English, but how bad the economy is, how poor the naira has become. Remember, a lady called us to say she used to go to the market to buy some things to put in her shop. Now she can't even afford to buy the things to replace in her shop because her money has no value when she goes to the market. So I need to know what the average amount is. Whatever market, what's the average store price, shop space price? Then let's put it side by side with somebody who sells ugu, fish, periwinkle, or sugarcane. Hello.
Hello.
Good evening. Can you speak up, please?
Hello, Maria. Good evening.
Good evening.
It's John, the woman that called you yesterday.
Okay.
God bless you. Thank you very much. One man called me.
Joy, your line is breaking. I can barely hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can.
Okay, one brother called me yesterday. He sent her 5,000 naira.
Okay.
And she bought flour 1.5, 3,000 for paint. The half 1.5. She bought 1.5 flour. She said she will be buying them small. So that's what she bought today.
Well, great. I'm happy that people are reaching out to you, and if people do reach out to us, we will reach back out to you.
God bless him.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. All right, Joy. Thank you. Hello. Welcome to Hard Facts.
Hello.
Good evening.
Good evening, madam.
Yes.
Let me take Alaba Suru, for example.
Alaba.
Suru, yeah. Most of those people you see at the main road, they have shop inside. I'm telling you that the main reason for this is greediness. To have shop inside, somebody who doesn't have shop will come outside. So the people that come outside that doesn't have shop, we cover them. Customers will not take the pains of going inside the market to buy. Then they say will abandon their shop and carry their own wares along the road. So for that reason, the road is crowded and inside is empty. So if something like a gather or something is put along that side, they will not cross it. Then the people that come in to put their wares outside will find it difficult to sell. So that to control, most of them have shop inside. And cleanliness to sell to customers outside, that is what is driving them. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. So you're giving me a perspective of the guys in Alaba, for example, because some people don't want to walk as far. Have I? Yes, I have. No. I have never been to Alaba. I have been to Computer Village, but I've never been to Alaba. So yes, and for those who know what Alaba looks like, it can be a stretch. And he's saying that most of those people have to come out to help those who have shops inside, or in fact, some of them who own the shops inside, have people stationed outside in front to say, I mean, this happens everywhere, even in Dubai, I tell you. I kid you not, even in Dubai, when you go to the what's it called? The gold souk, which is the gold market, you have a lot of people standing outside, and then they tell you, do you want wristwatches? Do you want bags from Turkey? Blah, blah, blah. Do you want gold? I can take you to my shop. Now, that I can take you to my shop is not the shop on the road. They take you inside. So I guess that's what he's saying, that it's based on greed because they want to bring people to their shops. But I don't know if we can categorize that as greed. Maybe it's just a smart business deal. I don't know. Because at the end of the day, people still have to walk back inside. So it's the same thing, right? Anyway, Lagos, in case you're just joining us, we're talking on Balogun Broad today about markets and people who are selling on the train tracks in Yaba, selling by the roadside, selling around the market and not in shops. The governor is saying, clear routes. We don't want to see you. But they're saying, we dare you, sir. We dare you. We do respect, sir. We dare you. But I'm also talking about it not being safe, especially for those on the train tracks. And what exactly informs selling or hawking on the roadside around the market as opposed to taking a store or a stall and displaying your wares? What exactly informs that? Is it the expensiveness of paying for those stalls? Is it the over-ticketing? What exactly is it? I'd like to hear from your perspective. Hello?
Hello?
Please turn off your radio. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Sorry, 1 minute. Hello?
Good evening. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good evening. Madam, can I remain anonymous?
Yes, please.
Sorry, can you get my details? I want to send thank you to that woman that called.
To the lady who called?
Yes.
Okay.
Talking about her daughter.
Who goes to the Open University? Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Send her thank you.
All right. No problem.
Right.
I've gotten your details. Thank you very much, and we appreciate it.
All right. Just call me. I'll send you the money.
All right. No problem. All right, then. Thank you. Our office will reach out to you so you can. I think we have the lady's number. Hello. Hello.
Good afternoon, Mariana. Good evening.
Good evening. Oh, Joy.
This is a boldly fine, Jerry. What's happening since 3 o'clock? Maintain the email line now.
I don't know what's happening to the female line. It's not me.
It's well. Mm-hmm. So, what are we talking about again?
Yes, we're talking about selling in the market.
Okay, let's go to Jakonde. Jakonde market used to be a place where people have these small shops, and they are able to access payments because it's not too expensive. Suddenly, the government turned it to a shopping complex. So for somebody paying 200,000, and now they said they should be paying 1 point something million. Marianne, why would people not sell in the middle of the city, right there where they just pass? People on the tarmac, where is there just to sustain themselves? You'll be asking yourself questions. It's not as if they wish to die or something, but the state of the nation has placed them in that atmosphere. They will feed, they will fend for their families. So how do you reconcile somebody that is paying 200 to now come and pay 100? Oh my, 1 million. How? When you stop people walking on the road and you don't give them an alternative, man, by hook or by crook, they will get something just to keep body and soul together. You understand what I'm saying? So that is the area we found ourselves. In Agric here, in Ikorodu, same thing. Right there on the main road, where these big BRT, these big buses, starter buses, you will see them with their wares there. How many bread sellers have vehicles killed in that spot? The next time you see another bread seller, take that spot again because they want to survive. I'm not supporting the idea. I'm not saying it's okay, but I'm saying
it's pretty dangerous if you ask me. It's pretty dangerous.
I understand. But let's balance it up. If we chase them, where will we say they should stay? To get a shop right now, agent's commission, it's crazy. My landlord's house, he gave it out here for 200. The agent said he will add 250, making 450. My landlord got wind of it. The owner of the house will collect 200. Agent 250. Can you imagine that? He got wind of it. Do you know what he did? He collected the house from the agent and gave it out to a church member free of charge. Wow. This is what we are talking about. Now we go be out blame. Let's call it spade a spade.
Yeah, well.
People are going through a whole lot. It's crazy.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Bolly, for your message. I want to read some messages that are coming in on WhatsApp before we go on a break. We have 50 seconds before that break. Someone here says, thank you. Your station is really doing well. The best radio station in Lagos. We're the best radio station in the country. Do you not know that? Thank you, Ralph. So somebody saying I totally misunderstood the last guy concerning Suri Alaba. He meant that people leave their shops that they rented to put a table beside the road. Really? Because that's where they see customers. It's greed because they want to outsell the competition. So in the end, everyone comes out to the roads and the shops are empty. Hey, wahala. I used here. This one says anyway, we have to go on a break. Lagos, when we come back from this break, we'll continue this conversation. We need to find a way around this. What is the solution? It's still Nigeria Info 99.3. Stay with us.
Come with me. Bask in freedom. There are no deadlines here. Hurry so you can take your time. The sunset from above. A visual buffet. Pictures capture moments. 100 conversations don't exhaust the tale of your new favorite filter. The salt of the sea warm on your dark skin.
I love to come back here. A truly immersive experience is our reality. South Africa invites you to summer with us. Create your own story with customizable experiences now. Visit southafrica.net. It's never too late to summer in SA.
It's celebration time at ShopRite. Introducing ShopRite's anniversary promotion starting 25th September to 22nd October 2023. Stand the chance to win several gift items like TV sets, microwave ovens, and so much more. And the big one, an opportunity to enter the grand finale where one lucky person will win a Toyota Corolla car. Want to be part of it? Spend 20,000 naira buying 3 or more of the participating brands. Get a unique code and an SMS will be sent to you. Winners will be randomly selected weekly. 28 days of daily winnings till the 22nd of October 2023 at the ShopRite Anniversary Promotion. This promotion is approved by NLRC and FCCPC. Terms and conditions apply. Check in store for more details. ShopRite. Lower prices you can trust always.
The streets are the life of every city. When the streets sleep, the city sleeps.
These put the life in the streets. Music, soccer, fashion.
And at the heart of it all, food. Let's vibe together at the Street Food Fest. Going down on the 2nd of October at Muri Okon Park. Featuring Generational Music Showdown, 250,000 naira Street Soccer Challenge, 100,000 naira Best Dressed Retro Style Outfit, free medical checks, and lots more.
oats in an instant to get them started. It's quick 3-in-1 goodness. You just add hot water and it's ready in 2 minutes. Yes, so just add water. Quaker 3-in-1 instant oats has milk and sugar and comes in 300 grams and 50 grams. So make sure Quaker Oats 3-in-1 instant oats is on your shopping list today. Quaker goodness, now quicker.
Quaker Oats is an amazing start to your day.
Hey, my people, how na day? We know say times turn hard, but higher them will cool. Don't day for Nigerians them. Whether a reliable fridge, freezer, or any other appliances, so
Higher thermal cool day for you.
whether an option where the last kakaraka, oh.
Higher thermal cool day for you.
Whether an appliance where they consume too much electricity, oh.
Higher thermal cool day for you.
And now, higher them will cool don't land with another promo. What them call?
We day for you.
From the 15th of August, go reach 31st October. If you buy anything for higher thermal cool, them go summer you a woof on top. Hi! Free standing cooker, free microwave, free air fryer, free AC installation, and even more woof day. For more tori, visit any authorized dealer or www.thermocool.com.ng. Make yourself begin enjoy your own woof. Terms and conditions there too. Oh. Higher Thermocool, always there for you.
We turn it again now. Kanta to Bunga new season don't land. Person with the bet. Focus eye sharp for target. Go! Abana the big range of face. He put them inside net. Oh, you started the new football season with the Bet King. We don't arrange better odds. Odds boost today, nyafu nyafu. And we all got kwata aka bonus self day. This one na new and better Jollibet feeling. Go play your bet for betking.com. Carry the promo code FREEBETBK. Take summer your bet free of charge.
That feeling? That's BetKing. Come with me. Bask in freedom. There are no deadlines here. Hurry so you can take your time. The sunset from above. A visual buffet. Pictures capture moments. 100 conversations don't exhaust the tale of your new favorite filter. The salt of the sea warm on your dark skin.
I'll love to come back here. A truly immersive experience is our reality. South Africa invites you to summer with us. Create your own story with customizable experiences now. Visit southafrica.net. It's never too late to summer in SA.
Us moms, we never have enough time. So when my family's day starts, I make Quaker 3-in-1 oats in an instant to get them started. It's quick 3-in-1 goodness. You just add hot water and it's ready in 2 minutes. Yes, so just add water. Quaker 3-in-1 instant oats has milk and sugar and comes in 300 grams and 50 grams. So make sure Quaker Oats 3-in-1 instant oats is on your shopping list today. Quaker goodness, now quicker.
Quaker Oats is an amazing start to your day.
Before, their problem is say our shoulder too high. They say make we lower our chest. Now, they wonder why we know they ever lack airtime, credit and data on top our glow line. Whether cash day or cash not day.
You dey mind their proco people for this market?
We know they call ourselves digital generation for nothing. Abi to get airtime, credit and data, take sell plenty market every day, non-stop. Now your mate,
Whether cash dey our handle or you know deal, we could just dey buy data and airtime credit directly from our bank account with the Glow e-top up.
That is to say, no cash, no wahala.
Yes, so cashless recharge on the go anytime, anywhere, no stress, no shake me, no wahala.
Buy data and airtime directly from your bank account. On your apps, ATMs, leading retailers, and Glow World Shopper.
Get in with Betano, your exciting destination for thrilling sports betting. Enjoy an award-winning experience with amazing betting options, cash out, and missions, as well as other features. Join now and get a welcome bonus of up to 100,000 naira. Betano.ng. The game starts now.
99.3 Nigeria Info.
Your number one station for talk. Let's talk. Information is all you need.
And that's all that matters.
99.3
Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
All right, Lagos, we're on the home stretch of the conversation today. The program is still Hard Facts, 99.3 Nigeria Info. If you're listening to us from your mobile application outside of Lagos, well, we are live in our audiovisual studios right here in the Timiang, Victoria Island. And don't forget, you can join the conversation on our social media platforms. We're live on YouTube. We're live on Facebook.com/Nigeria Info 99.3. We'd like to hear from you. You can send me a WhatsApp message. We're talking about people who sell their wares, especially around markets, almost getting into the road. Have you ever been to Balogun Market? That's Lagos Island Market. I feel like for every step I take, my energy is being drained. My spirit is leaving my body. It's crowded. In the middle of market, all the way all the way to Mandalas. The people with wares all the way. I'm not in any way saying don't sell. Oh. I'm just saying it's a main concern, which the government's also raised. Not selling in shops. And guys who sell train tracks. I've had an experience. I was going to feel like a hut. My nails done. It's the first time I was to get my lashes done. But it was experience for me, and I loved it. Until I saw people just disappear. That's when I realized that all the time we're doing it right on train. It's crazy. And then there are the other people who have to literally sell, walk around market. I want to I'm waiting at all. I'm wondering those prices for the shops, the lock-up shops in the market. Is it for everybody? Because, like I said, if I'm selling ugu and periwinkle or poroko or pomo, can I afford 200k for a lock-up shop? Let's talk about the realities. And for the government or the market officials who decide these prices, what about the average person who's selling small things? Where do they come in? Is there an accommodation for those people? 0700 993 993 993. Let me read some of the messages that are coming in here. This one says, good evening, Marianne. I won't blame these shops that are really expensive. The government won't be able to do anything because the agberos that harass these people are the government, or who do they remit this money to? So it will be a case of we day here or we day there. These people have to eat and make a living. They chose not to steal. Government can't come and just oust them because they want to make money from the new shops they build. Many can't even afford those shops. And if the government tries to twist their arms, they're going to push back. Samuel from Satellite Town. I totally agree with you. I see it from your perspective. Like I said, I tried to pick every, I presented almost every angle. And that's why I'm insisting that there are people who are selling the simplest things. Some people just have a nice ugu garden behind their house, and that's how they sustain themselves. Some people sell avocado. Some people sell corn. How much corn can I sell to pay 200k now? So how do we find a way around this? And this is also speaking to the market officials. What do we do to accommodate everybody? This one says, people keep blaming government all the time. Is it the government that asked them to go and be selling on the rail lines? There are places in Lagos that government built shops of different prices and sizes for them. Yet these people will leave their shops and lay their goods on the roads and walkways. Look, we created some of these problems for ourselves, by ourselves. Bio in Shagamu. Okay. Abe from Ikorodu says, Marianne, good afternoon. The government should be blamed concerning house. Okay, we're not talking house agent again now, Abe. I'm so sorry. Someone says, hi, Marianne. I've just listened to a most incredulous excuse for anyone selling wares on the road unlawfully. How is making money by hook or crook, according to the speaker, an excuse for displaying a most debasing human display? Must we all live and work in the so-called big cities? Why should anyone subject themselves to the harrowing life just because they would rather live like slaves in Lagos, Abuja, PH, rather than lords in their villages, and you want to put it all on government's inability to provide for us? Mike in Ikeja, have you also stopped to think that some people, Lagos is their village? I'll tell you, for example, I'm from Calabar South. It's a metropolis. It's like Lagos Island. That's my village. So am I not supposed to survive in that my so-called village and live like a king? Let's be objective, Mike. All right. This one says, people keep blaming government. Okay, Bio, I think I've read your message. You sent it again. Thank you very much. I have read your message. I want to read more of your messages, so please feel free to send me more and more. Somebody says, good afternoon. The caller was referring to Alaba Suru Market. There's Alaba International Electronics Market, and then there's Alaba Suru. They're different. Thank you for letting me know, because you see me like this, I don't know plenty markets. Don't be angry. I'm learning. All right, the phone lines are open. Let's keep talking. We've got about 10 minutes to talk about this, and I really want to know the price. Any markets that you sell in. If you own a lock-up store in the market, where's Rapuru? Rapuru, you do own a shop. Tell me how much you pay for your shop. And those who sell in markets, the merchant man, how much do you pay for your shop? And what's the average price for these shops? Is it by size? Is it by the location? Which part of the market it's located? I'm very interested in this. Hello. Welcome to Hard Facts.
Good evening.
Good evening.
This is Olamide from Egon.
All right. Where's Egon?
Outskirts of Lagos, Igondo area.
Oh, perfect. Okay, go ahead.
I want to talk about Ikotun, Igondo market.
Okay.
Those people that are selling their goods there are going through a lot of hell. They are going through hell. I used to patronize some of these people.
Mm-hmm.
So many extortions. I'm telling you. All these people that are hawking, they will pay local government, the king, the agberos. You know, there are so many tickets. They are doing. So when you quantify the goods that some of them are even hawking, it's not even up to 1,000, 2,000 naira. And they'll be giving them maybe tickets of 800, 900. Now, when you now talk about those people that are displaying their wares on the roadside, no, I'm not in support of all those because of the risks that are involved. But I was opportune to witness one because a woman was unable to pay some of these guys. They carted away most of their goods. So the woman was saying that at times she be to pay up to 4,000, 4,500 a day. But when you now come to the market, the shops, I don't think there's any shop in that Ikotun area that is less than maybe 1.5 million. So how do you expect them to get those monies? Those people that are struggling. So I would blame mostly. The blame should be on the government because you say the government is for the people. So they need to come away, find a solution to it whereby the masses can have something they can rely upon. Maybe stores that are not so all that exorbitant. A good day.
All right. Thank you very much for calling. I totally understand. So I really want to know if you are a market master, because that's what we used to call them in Calabar, in Cross River, market masters. So the guys who run the market. Or Iyalojas, that's what they call them in Lagos. So do they only just have Iyalojas? What do they call the men? I'd like to know what they call the men. So for the market masters, how do we find a way around this? Because most of the people who have to trade and hawk and display their wares in sometimes very dangerous areas is because they may not necessarily be able to afford to pay for the stores or the spaces in the market. So what's the way forward? What's the solution? Because again, we all have to survive one way or another. So what do we do? Because we can't have this conversation and not, find a way forward. Because now the governor is making these threats and the people are saying, we go nowhere. We die here. But there has to be some meeting point. And what is that meeting point? How do we arrive there? Hello. Sorry about that. Do call us back if that was you. Hello, welcome to Hard Fact.
Hello.
Good evening. What's your name, sir? Where are you calling from?
Okay, that's Samuel.
Samuel, go ahead.
Yeah. Yes. Concerning the market, like I said, there are into different sizes. Like all those people selling petty things, in a big mall, market mall, like all these, they call it model
markets. Yes.
Yeah, you understand. So even there's a general. It's even not a local. It's like allotted spaces like that. From what I know, because I bidded for one or two like that. Sometimes maybe last year or two. It's precisely the one at Kyoto and Ojoko. All these are in Kwako. It's a local government and all that. So at that time it was going for like maybe 120 or 150 thereabouts. Okay, but that is if you were able to get it directly, officially. Let me use that word, because what many people do is that they can get as many as possible. They will now resell. So it is that kind of secondary market that actually jacks up the price. But be that as me, there are other spaces too in all some of these model markets that is the kind of a pool space for people selling veggies. All those people. So they will just lay it down. You go there. And now, in conclusion, you see, when we keep saying that because it's exorbitant prices that people will not be able to afford and not, hence they'll be selling, on the road. The point is that if there have been, a serious enforcement on the road,
but even if you enforce,
Yeah.
How do these people cope? Because some of them they depend on these small sales
that's what
to
I'm
to
saying.
live.
The enforcement, what the enforcement will do is that it will restrict them, from laying, putting their goods on the, like I told you, like I said earlier, in those model markets, there is general pool, just like those markets, the inside where everybody, like in Reggie that I know, in Okon there, they call it, what's it called, village, village goods. So anybody that wants to buy all those small, you go.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, you go there yourself. So if they are not coming to the road, we consumers, we go and meet them there. But because it is for them to actually,
So we just buy from them where we see them. I totally understand.
Yeah, because they want to attract sales.
Yeah.
That's why they come to the road. And
I'm so sorry. I saw that coming. Yeah. But thank you very much. Interesting perspective, interesting point. Or do we have to establish a brand new smaller market for people who have petty wares to sell? Is that the way forward? Do we have like a small, like Jack-on-Day Market? They don't have like lock-up shops per se. They're just stalls with tables, so you can just display your wares, and it's easier. Is it better? Should we be looking at that? But then again, where do you propose that we'll have these markets, because we have all these people with their small petty wares all across the different markets? Or are we going to now have an Ugu market, or this one market and that one market, one more market? I'm just saying, because we need to accommodate them. And some of us go to the markets to buy some of these things, in addition to the bigger things that you're going to buy, with the seasonings and all of those things. You buy them from the lock-up stores. But then the meat, the fish, the pomo, the pium, that's periwinkle. You buy them from the guys who hawk within the market. So what's the solution? Because I'm thinking there's no how you can say you can't have these guys. You can't have them sell on the roadside. Well, so where do they go? Because they're also saying the market can't accommodate us. We can't afford to pay for the shops. Lagos, let's talk. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon, Marian.
Good afternoon. What's your name, sir? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, my name is Jamie, calling from Blakey.
Go ahead, please.
You see, hawking in the streets and selling along the roadside, an Okada rider, all those things have been banned for a long time in Lagos State. So, but I was wondering why people are saying those people are selling, that they should continue selling along the road. If you can't afford to pay for a shop, I think I urge those people to just look for something else to do. Or we can't continue living in Lagos as if we are in a village. Please, I urge those people to look for something else to do, please.
So what do they do?
Because
What's this something else that you expect them to do? Because they have to survive.
Yes. When I mean something else to do, all of us cannot just be a trader. You understand?
But some people, that's what they can do now. Guy, why are you being so unreasonable?
Listen, I've traveled out so many times, and all those mega cities around this country, I know what they are doing there. Lagos is a mega city, so we can't compare. We can't continue.
Oh, it's a mega city.
Yes,
really?
We can't continue doing as if we are in village.
Okay.
Please, all those things have been banned for a long period of time.
Yeah.
But
when you ban these things, you have to make room for places where you can situate these people so they don't come everywhere else and hawk. But do we have, as the mega city that you are talking about, they do have, sorry.
I agree with
Hold on. These mega cities you've been to, they do have a modus operandi. They have an organized mega city. Is Lagos organized?
Marian, the law is there.
It's a yes or no question, sir. Is Lagos organized?
Lagos, let me tell you, the law is
Is
there.
it organized?
Don't let us overrule. Lagos, the rule is there. Please, let us follow the rule. Let us follow the rule.
All right.
Let us follow the rule. That's what I just have to
All
say.
right.
But if the law is there and we can't follow the law, I think things will be going wrong.
Okay.
That's just what I have to say. So the law is there. Let's follow the law.
Okay. Thank you very much. So the law is there. Is it being enforced? Have they created a place that we can situate these people so that you know that this is where you're supposed to be? If you go beyond here, you're in trouble. How organized is Lagos? In fact, it's easy for us to say Lagos is a mega city, and I'm not in any way going to refute that. But are we doing what we need to do to make ourselves look like a mega city? Again, let's not forget that the poor we will always have with us. How do we accommodate them? Are we going to live like they don't exist? And we know what happens when we begin to act like that. Of course, wahala day for junction. David's here with some information quickly before we wrap up the conversation and I say my goodbyes. David?
Yes, Marianne, I am back with information from oneplay.ng, and they want you to know that
Very incredible conversation. I want us to revisit this conversation again. Maybe this time I will have Iya Lodgers and I don't know what they call them, Baba Lodgers in the studio, the market masters, because we need to find a way around this. And for the guy who said Lagos is a mega city, we need to begin to start acting like we're also a mega city, one way or another. And that begins with not just putting out laws, but enforcing them and also creating, some form of accommodation for the people that we're saying we want to oust.
Shey una don tire for bank wey no sabi your matter.
Return my money.
You want bank we go follow you, where you fit trust make it grow your money up.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens.